It's been an early morning and it's going to be a big day here at Wayback today. Keegan's already down in the orchard prepping to get the 11 new plants in the ground. Before he can do that, we needed to get some extra ollas sorted to go with them. If you've been following along for a little while now, you would have seen our ollas 101. This is one of the first ollas that went into the ground here at Wayback Estate. It is our original version, which was made with liquid nails and Hessian strapping, and we're going to repurpose it today in the orchard.
First up, let's fast forward and take a look at how the orchard took shape. In the lead up to today's planting, and whenever time's tight, we'll duck over to the neighbour and grab some sugarcane mulch. The last bit of prep for today is loading up from our compost before heading to the orchard tomorrow.
When people talk about starting a homestead, livestock usually comes up pretty early. They make sense. They move, they make noise, they give you feedback straight away. But pretty early on, we realised that a quieter investment needed to happen first. Time. It's going to pass anyway, and you don't get it back. A while ago, I was at Bunnings, standing in the fruit tree section. There was an older couple next to me. The wife pointed to a really young avocado plant, and the husband said, "We probably don't have the time left to see that fruit." That stuck with me. Not in a sad way. He wasn't being nasty. It was just a really honest moment. At the time, we'd already planned for our orchard to come first. We had a lemon, lime, an orange tree, plus figs and pineapples back at our little townhouse. That moment just cemented the decision a little bit more. We'll walk you through what we've planted in the orchard, why we chose these varieties for our subtropical climate, and a few tips if you're planning on doing the same.
Let's jump into it. One of the first things we look at before planting anywhere on the property is the contour of the land. We've got undulating ground out here, and when it rains, water will always take the path of least resistance. When we plant in the orchard or vineyard, we're thinking about water harvesting at a really small scale. We dig the hole and build a shallow berm, usually in a semicircle, on the downhill side of the plant. It's a simple micro-catchment. When rain comes down the slope, it slows as it hits the berm. This gives the water time to soak in around the root zone instead of running straight past it. It doesn't look like much, but over time it builds soil moisture and drought resilience. We pair that with olla irrigation, which releases water slowly underground, right where the roots are. This combination has worked an absolute treat for us. Especially during establishment and when we're not available to water every day. Now it's a low maintenance, high success strategy. Once we made the call to start with the orchard, it became obvious that not all trees ask the same thing of you. Some are forgiving and some aren't. And the ones that aren't are usually the ones people leave until later. Avocados were one of the first things we wanted to get back in the ground. Our first avocado trees didn't make it.
When the creek stopped flowing, the neighbours' cows pushed through a break in the fence looking for feed, and they found our avos, along with the outdoor kitchen and the veggie patch. We've got 3 varieties here now: Hass, Reed and Shepherd. Hass and Reed are the same flowering type, Shepherds are different. The difference means their flowers open at different times of the day, which gives you better pollination across the orchard. It doesn't help you get fruit any faster. Instead, it's about giving healthy trees the best chance of cropping properly over time. Lychees were another priority for us. Hubby says lychee, I say lychee. It's a point of contention in our house, but I think I'm slowly winning him over. We've planted 2 varieties here, Kwai Mai and Soleil. Both are known for good eating, lots of flesh and smaller seeds. If you get the early stages wrong, lychees don't bounce back easily though. When lychees are young, their root systems are shallow and fine, so the first few weeks matter a lot. They need consistent water early. If they dry out during this stage, you can easily lose them. Those same fine roots also don't cope well with fertilizer early. At this stage, we're focused on settling the tree rather than feeding it and risking root stress. Once they're established, they're actually quite tough. We've also left space here for a dragon egg or giant lychee. They weren't available when we bought the other 2, so we prioritised getting Kwai Mai and Soleil in the ground first. Our first lemon, lime and orange tree lived in pots for a number of years, and they didn't do much. Once they went in the ground, they settled, grew properly and started producing well. We've got a weekly routine now, pancakes with fresh lemons, and the next crop is already setting. Citrus is fairly forgiving, but it still rewards time. We've recently added Eureka lemon, Cara Cara blood orange, seedless Valencia, Imperial and Sumo style mandarins, and a Tangelo. The earlier they're planted, the longer they have to build structure, and the more reliable they become later on. We've also got a Mariposa plum in the orchard. Stone fruit is a bit different to some of the other trees we've planted. These establish faster and they tend to fruit earlier too, which is exactly why people often start with them. We've left space and we'll plant more stone fruit in the next planting season once the slower trees have had a bit of time to settle and Keegan's reinvigorated to dig more holes. Our mangoes are Bowen varieties. These were an easy decision, they're Keegan's favourite. Mangoes are another long game tree. They take their time early on, but once they're established, they become pretty self-sufficient. We're taking fruit off some of these trees too, and that part doesn't always feel intuitive. You plant a tree, it finally flowers, it sets fruit, and then you're pulling it off. But early on, we'd rather the tree put its energy into roots and structure than into fruit. Fruit takes a lot out of a young tree. Doing this now will pay us back later when the tree's actually ready. You might have noticed we've got different spacings between different trees. Some need more room to build structure. Our mango and avocado trees are spaced wider. Their ideal spacing is 6 to 8 metres. Citrus sits a bit closer at roughly 4 to 5 metres. They're more compact, but they still need airflow and light. Apples and stone fruit can be tighter again at around 3 to 4 metres. The orchard isn't about quick wins for us. It's about starting the things that take the longest because the time is going to pass either way. Livestock consumes your attention. Trees consume your calendar. They don't ask for much day to day, but they quietly ask for years.